My friends, today I want to talk to you about something that changed my life completely. I did not grow up rich. I did not grow up lucky. I failed in school. I failed in business. I failed in interviews 30 times. I was rejected by KFC. I was rejected by the police. I was rejected by my dream universities. But I discovered something that became the turning point of my life. Something more powerful than talent, more powerful than intelligence, more powerful than luck. Success is not built on what you have. Success is built on what you do. And what you do is controlled by your habits. Most people think people are poor because they don't have money. No. People stay poor because they have habits, quiet habits, hidden habits that silently destroy their future. And today, I want to talk to you about 3 habits that will keep you poor forever unless you break them. These habits are dangerous. They look small, they look innocent, but they shape your thinking, they shape your decisions, and eventually they shape your destiny. So I want you to listen carefully, not because I am Jack Ma, but because these lessons are written in the failures of my life. Let me tell you something you must never forget. The perfect moment will never come, but most people waste their entire lives waiting for it. That is the first habit that keeps people poor forever. Let me show you how this plays out. The delay trap. People say, I will start when I have money. I will try when I have more time. I will begin when things are easier. I will prepare when I'm ready. My friends, this is the biggest illusion in life. If you wait for the perfect moment, you will wait until you die. When I started Alibaba with my friends, we had no money, no connections, no technology, no experience, no guarantee, no investors, no perfect moment. China didn't even understand the internet. People laughed at us. People said we were crazy. People said the internet was useless. Some even said we were wasting our lives. But if I had waited, if I had said, let me wait for the perfect moment, there would be no Alibaba today. Because the perfect moment never existed. The seed analogy. A seed that is never planted will never grow, not even in perfect soil. Many people live like seeds in a jar. Safe, protected, waiting for the right weather, waiting for the perfect season, waiting for someone to guarantee success. But seeds don't grow in jars. Seeds grow when you take them out and plant them into the dirt where it's risky, unpredictable, uncomfortable. Life works the same way. You want to grow, you must plant your actions into the world. Not tomorrow, not next year, but today. The real cost of waiting, let me ask you a question. How many dreams died not because they were impossible, but because someone waited too long? How many ideas died because someone said later? Later, 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 later becomes never. Procrastination is the assessing of opportunity. If you don't take the first step, you will never take the 50s. If you don't start with $1, you will never handle $1,000. If you don't begin with small courage, you will never build a big confidence. The poorest people in the world. The poorest people in the world are not the people without money. The poorest people in the world are the people without action. You can have dreams, you can have plans, you can have ideas, you can have goals. But if you don't act, nothing happens. Let me tell you a story from my life. Jack Ma's story of no internet. When I first touched the internet in America, I typed one word, beer. There was no Chinese beer. That moment, I understood something powerful. The world is changing. China is not ready. But if I wait for China to be ready, someone else will build the future. I went home and told my friends, we must do something with the internet. They said, what is internet? What is website? Who will use this? This will fail. You will lose everything. Not now, maybe later. But I didn't wait. I took action. I started immediately, even though I had no idea what I was doing. And that, my friends, is why I changed my destiny. Not because I was smart, not because I was talented, but because I did not wait. What you must do today. My friends, listen carefully. If there is something you want to do, take the first step today. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need the perfect timing. You don't need the perfect knowledge. You only need the courage to begin. If you want to start a business, start small today. If you want to learn a skill, learn the first 10 minutes today. If you want a better life, make one decision today. You cannot control the future. You cannot control the economy. You cannot control luck. But you can control your actions. So stop waiting. Stop delaying. Stop praying for the perfect moment. Because the people who wait stay poor forever. The second habit that keeps people poor forever is dangerous, very dangerous. Because it does not live in your wallet. It lives in your mind, thinking small and staying around small thinkers. Your environment shapes you. When I was young, I realized something that changed me deeply. Your life is the average of the people you spend time with. If you spend time with complainers, you will complain. If you spend time with lazy people, you will become lazy. If you spend time with small thinkers, you will shrink your dreams. People underestimate how powerful influence is. A poor mindset is more contagious than any virus. The behavior of small thinkers, poor thinkers, love comfort. They love gossip. They love complaining. They love blaming the government, their parents, their past, their bosses, their schools, their friends, the economy, even the weather. They never ask, what can I do? They always ask, who should I blame? Small thinkers love shortcuts. They love easy entertainment. They love cheap satisfaction. They love feeling good now, even if it destroys their future. If you stay around people who think small, you will never learn to think big. Can I afford it? Versus, how can I create it? Let me show you how different the poor mindset is from the rich mindset. A small mind asks, can I afford it? A big mind asks, how can I create it? A small mind says, I can't do it. A big mind says, I will find a way. A small mind avoids challenges. A big mind seeks challenges. A small mind hides from responsibility. A big mind takes responsibility. One day, a man asked me, Jack, how do I become rich? I asked him, tell me about your friends. Over. After 5 minutes, I told him, you don't need more money. You need new friends. He laughed. I said, I'm serious. Your environment is either a cage or a ladder. You choose. Why the round circle keeps you poor? Let me give you an example. Imagine you have a dream. You say to your friends, I want to start a business. A small thinker will say, are you sure? It's risky. You might lose money. You might fail. It's better to get a stable job, not because they want to hurt you, but because they can't see what you see. They don't believe in themselves, so how can they believe in you? Your dream is too big for their small mind. But if you share the same dream with a big thinker, they will say, let's plan, let's try, you can do it. Here's how to make it better. The round circle kills your ambition. The right circle grows it. Story of my teacher friends. When I was a teacher in Hangzhou, I had wonderful colleagues. They were kind, friendly, and smart. But I realized something. They were happy where they were. They didn't want to try new things. They didn't want to take risks. They didn't want to think outside the box. One day, I mentioned the internet revolution. They laughed. They told me it was unrealistic. They told me to focus on teaching. They didn't mean harm. But their thinking could never help me build Alibaba. So I made a difficult decision. I left, not because they were bad friends, but because they were small thinkers, and small thinking is dangerous if you have big dreams. You must protect your dream. Your dream is fragile, your ambition is fragile, your confidence is fragile. You must protect your dream like your life depends on it, because it does. If you stay with people who discourage your ideas, laugh at your goals, tell you to relax, tell you it's impossible, tell you don't try, you will remain small. If you stay around people who think big, everything changes. They inspire you. They challenge you. They stretch your thinking. They show you possibilities you could never see alone. The habit of small thinking is a prison. Let me tell you a truth. Most people are not stuck because of a lack of opportunity. They are stuck because of a lack of imagination. Their minds are small. Their environment is small. Their dreams are small. Their courage is small. They want a big life with small habits. Impossible. A small cup can never hold a big ocean. The third habit is the deadliest of them all. The habit that keeps millions poor forever. The fear of failure. Asterisk, asterisk, poor people run from failure. Successful people run toward failure. Asterisk, asterisk. Poor people believe failure is the opposite of success. Successful people know failure is a part of success. Let me tell you something that no school teaches. Failure is information. Failure is direction. Failure is progress. Failure is the universe saying, not this way, try another. My history of failing. I want you to understand something. I'm not standing here because I succeeded. I'm standing here because I survived failure. I failed my college entrance exams twice. I failed jobs. I failed interviews. I failed to raise money. I failed to convince investors. I failed many products. I failed many ideas. Alibaba almost died several times. We made big mistakes. We lost money. We were criticized. We were doubted. But every failure taught us something important. Failure said, you need a new plan. You need a new strategy. You need a stronger team. You need more patience. You need a better leadership. Every time we failed, we became smarter. Every time we failed, we became stronger. Every time we failed, we saw a new possibility. The pain of failure is temporary. The pain of regret is forever. Asterisk, asterisk. Let me tell you something from my heart. Failure hurts. It is painful. It is embarrassing. It breaks you. It shakes you. But regret destroys you. Failure lasts a moment. Regret lasts a lifetime. When you fail, you learn. When you regret, you lose. The parable of the bridge. Let me tell you a simple story. A man wanted to cross a bridge. He stood there for hours imagining, what if the bridge breaks? What if I slip? What if it is dangerous? What if I fall? He never crossed. Another man came. He looked at the bridge. He was afraid too. But he said, I may fail, but I will try. He crossed not because he was braver, but because he understood something. Fear is normal, but fear should not control your life. The world belongs to the ones who try. Most people do not fail because they tried too much. Most people fail because they didn't try at all. They stay safe. They stay comfortable. They stay in the same place year after year after year. But if you want to grow, if you want to succeed, if you want to change your life, you must understand that failure is not your enemy. Fear is your enemy. The world belongs to the people who try, not to the people who fear. My friends, these three habits are traps, waiting for the perfect moment, thinking small, fearing failure. If you don't break them, they will break your future. Stop waiting. Take action. Action is the bridge between dreams and reality. Without action, nothing exists. Take one step today. Just one. Not because it will change everything immediately, but because it will change you. Stop thinking small, think bigger. Your environment matters. Your circle matters. Your mindset matters. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, people who challenge you, people who push you to grow. Stop fearing failure. Use it to grow. Failure is a teacher. Failure is a mentor. Failure is a guide. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. Let me end with a simple truth. You don't need to be born rich. I wasn't. You don't need to be the smartest. I wasn't. You don't need to be lucky. I wasn't. You only need the courage to change your habits, because your habits create your decisions create your actions create your future. Break the 3 habits that keep you poor. Stop waiting. Stop thinking small. Stop fearing failure. If you do this, no one can stop you. Not the government, not the economy, not your past, not your circumstances. Your future is in your hands. Thank you.